Hello everyone. Today I'm going to prepare a Nigerian stew that will knock the senior citizens in your life off their feet. Your mother-in-law, your mother, your father-in-law, your father, all of them senior citizens here. In Nigeria, especially where I come from, Igbo land, there are two traditional stews. The egusi stew, ofe akwu, because they are prepared with palm oil. Tomato stew is not traditional. No, we don't regard it as traditional because it is prepared with vegetable oil. Vegetable oil is seen as foreign, but today we're going to prepare tomato stew that has traditional connotations. Is that the right word? Sopo. Can you hear it boiling? Koto, koto, koto. Come on, let's go, because it's actually too late for me to be making this video, because when you record a video, it slows down the process. Here are the ingredients you will need. Very few of them, isn't it? Let's start with the main one. Tomatoes. You can count the numbers. This is the size on my palm. Ned used this one to fry eggs this morning. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3/4 of plum tomatoes, sweet peppers or paprika or tatashi, habanero pepper or scotch bonnet. We have ginger, fresh ginger. We have beef. Beef is the best meat for this because you want to keep it traditional. You can use lamb, you can use goat meat. Then you have thyme, black pepper. This is optional. Vegetable oil, any tasteless or odorless oil. Onions, you can use red onions, but I prefer this so that it doesn't show. There are no black dots in the stew. Seasoning cubes, beef flavor because we are using beef, and then vegetables. Vegetable is important. If you're in Nigeria, use the vegetable known as curry leaves. Curry leaves is #1, my #1 option to use for this stew. If you're outside Nigeria, here I'm using basil. Look at it. It's the best alternative to curry leaves. It smells like curry leaves, even though it doesn't look like curry leaves, it smells like it perfectly. So that's the best alternative. And I'm combining that with cilantro. This is cilantro, but this one is optional. You can just load curry leaves there. Yeah, that's everything, right? Let's go. The next thing is to prep all the ingredients as always. And I don't like seeing tomato seeds in my stew. So I remove the tomato seeds, and then for the pepper, the seed, because you don't want to see that either. If you're using tatashi, the seeds can be bitter as well. So take it out. Onions, of course, peel it. I'm using a big fat onion because we'll use it to fry the tomatoes and also use it to season the beef. Then this one, you just peel it. Wash the leafy vegetables and the beef. For the best absorption, if you can, hey, blend your spices. If you're using the crushable seasoning cubes, blend it here too. Then chop onions. Yeah, then crush it again for great absorption. If you can, I will leave the link to all my most used kitchen equipment below. It's time to cook the beef. Add the seasoning cubes, add the thyme and black pepper. Click the like button, have you, and add the crushed onions. So these two will have the best seasoning. The way we crush all the seasonings, everything, is the way they will just seep into this beef. So just mix it a bit. I've turned on the heat. Add a little bit of salt for completeness. For those that add salt. I don't usually add because it's not necessary for me and my family at this point though. I don't want sodium to mess up the flavor. Hey. Meanwhile, there's salt in seasoning cubes already, so cover that and leave it to steam. While that is steaming, we chop these ones just to help our blender. Actually, let me chop this first. Put it in the mortar and set aside. Yes, still, how did these seeds make it here, Biko? Hey, I'm rushing too much. Rush. I don't like seeing them. Where is that lone habanero pepper? We don't eat a lot of pepper. Add according to your taste bud, okay? Or according to the taste bud of the senior citizen you're preparing this for. Steam. Continue steaming. I really pushed it to the brim, but yeah. Let's check it again. It's well steamed now. It's pale all over. So add some water and start cooking. And crush it with a mortar. Pound, add water, mix well, and sieve. A sieve with a fine mesh. Right, ginger juice, we set that aside. Normally you may have seen me in another video use that to blend the tomatoes, but today I'll just share another way to add it. Same. Okay, the meat is done now. Yeah, it's done. See, even the bone is jumping out. See the thick stock. Okay, you boil down the tomato puree. Come boil it down on high heat, but keep an eye on it because it can boil over. I grilled the beef in the oven. You can deep fry it. You can, what else can you do? You can grill it using a charcoal stove. That one will give it a very smoky traditional flavor. Yeah. Now I pick this. This basil has seen better days. I like to chop it just before adding it to the stew, because if you chop it now, the knife marks will, make it darken, and it continues to darken. Oh my God, it's sizzling. It's very important that this dries as much as possible, because the less water you have in the tomato puree, the less time you spend frying it. It's actually quite red. I'm surprised. I mean, without adding tomato paste. Our senior citizens do not know what tomato paste is. They have to cook it like that. You can keep cooking or keep boiling, While the tomato puree is in its last stages of drying up, let me start heating up the oil. Once it has softened a bit, we add the tomato puree. Look at what it looks like now. See? Hardly any water in it. I'm sure some people will be asking, should we be giving our senior citizens fry stew? And I ask, is there any senior citizen that does not want to eat rice and stew every Sunday? This is their favorite rice, so not jollof rice. People can be fighting for jollof rice there. Their own is white rice and stew. I mean, unless it's under the strict advice of a doctor for health reasons. This is the best meal to give them every Sunday, man. I've reduced the heat to low now. Keep stirring it till all the water dries up, and when you taste it, there's no tangy taste at all. If it slaps grandpa on grandma, you're in trouble, oh. You are in big trouble. Kedu onye sili stew a na-amụla? The tomato is almost dry, so this oil separating here is proof that it's well fried, yeah? Let's taste it. All the tangy taste is gone. Ooh. Add the stock. It's now conk. I just added the beef. Then add the ginger juice. Madre. On a little bit of salt. Cover and leave it to simmer. Ooh, it's boiling. Koto. Cover, leave it to simmer for a bit, and it's done. Hey, you need to perceive the aroma of this basil. Woo! Took me back to the 90s, maybe 80s. Hey, when there's something called stew, five stew. Five stew. On a when five. Done. This is how to serve it. Stew separate, rice separate. Never ever put stew on top of a senior citizen's rice, eh? They will banish you. Food tasting time. You can see my face. I've been cooking on a way. And I never said you can't taste this meal, eh? Whether you're a senior citizen or a born today. You can taste this meal, man. Hi. This is 1980s rice, eh? Adamenye. Adamenye. Agwachakwa gosi nwa. Go nwa gosi ife. Adamenye. madre. Ụtọ kere ụtọ. Ụtọ kere ụtọ. Soon go and prepare yours, okay?